There are many symptoms that you may experience after a narcissistic entanglement, and these are essentially symptoms of complex post-traumatic stress disorder, CPTSD. And this is essentially a condition that you develop after these entanglements because we experienced prolonged or repeated trauma, and essentially this leads to difficulties with regulating our emotions, self-perception, and this may affect our relationships. So know that you will be recalibrating after this entanglement because we were being traumatized. And you know that we were being traumatized. That is why we come out with symptoms of complex post-traumatic stress disorder. So if you feel hyper aware, this is a part of it. If you're having flashbacks, nightmares, insomnia, right? Maybe you feel irritable. Maybe you have difficulty regulating your emotions. Maybe you're feeling overwhelming feelings of guilt or shame. Maybe you feel like you want to go out in the middle of the woods somewhere and you don't want to be around other people. Again, all of these people, I truly hope that you understand, are symptoms of complex PTSD. So be patient with yourself, and in this time, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, people, for the rumination, because you most likely are going to be ruminating if you have fresh wounds. Because your mind is trying to make sense of something that doesn't really make sense. Because nothing is normal or rational about narcissistic abuse. Abuse operates or comes from an irrational space, you see. Pathological narcissists exist below the line of rational thinking. They are stuck in the red zone. They cannot get to the fourth dimension. And this is why they are stuck in victim abuser consciousness, which means that any relationship that you get into with a pathological narcissist will be a victim abuser type 1. And because we were going through spiritual warfare, the aftermath of spiritual warfare is that we come out with complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Because we were dealing with someone that is disordered. I say it often here on the channel, people. If you're dealing with a pathological narcissist, you were dealing with a functional lunatic. Because pathological narcissism is a type of functional lunacy. They exist at the bottom of the consciousness ladder, and they are cycling around the bottom of the consciousness ladder, unable to ascend. But it was with our stepping into our courage to leave these toxic dynamics. This is how we heal. We heal by ascending. We heal by seeing what trauma, what damage happened, and making sure that we close those vulnerabilities so that other predatory personalities do not come in. So forgive yourself right now as you rebuild. Because what you will see is that after this awakening, you are becoming a stronger version of yourself. And in order to be built up, we had to be broken down, you see. Because what essentially happened, people, is that we broke out of hell. We stepped out of this suffering place, the sunken place. This is where the narcissist wanted us trapped. And this is why our energies were drained. This is why we were traumatized. We were stuck in a traumatized position. Because you cannot truly regulate your emotions when you're in a low state. And narcissists like to drag people down into a low state. They are trying to destabilize you. This is why we feel so destabilized. That is what complex post-traumatic stress disorder is, people. We were being groomed to tolerate abuse. And because of this, our nervous system got discombobulated. And this discombobulation essentially is complex post-traumatic stress disorder. So as you continue to heal, as you continue to grow, be aware of the toxic individuals that are around you. So be aware of people that want to dump their shame onto you, dump their personal issues onto you. These people will try to use you like an emotional tampon. They have a bad day and they want to dump this onto you. So how we heal today is to have proper boundaries. And in order to have proper boundaries, we need to know ourselves, because the number one rule to life is to know thyself. And in knowing thyself, then you understand that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. And in this physical experience, we have tools to use. And these tools are our mind, our will, and our emotions. So today, we need to work on having firm boundaries. Because if you're dealing with a pathologically narcissistic personality, you are dealing with a predatory personality type. Narcissists are predators, people. You'll find predators at the bottom of the consciousness ladder. So then you need to work on your spiritual boundaries. And you need to sit and self-reflect to figure out what those are for you. What are your mental boundaries? What are your emotional boundaries? Because narcissists like to dump their emotional problems off onto other people. So today you must have emotional boundaries, meaning that other people's issues are their issues. And you don't overextend yourself to other people. Because it is in the overextending of ourselves, people, that is the codependence, that is the boundarylessness that we have to work on. So what are your emotional boundaries? What are some things that you won't do, people? What are your physical boundaries? What are your sexual boundaries? What are your financial boundaries? Know thyself. And this is a good time to journal and self-reflect and meditate to truly figure out who you are and remember who you are. Because a major symptom of complex post-traumatic stress disorder, people, is a loss of a sense of self. And we lost our sense of self because we were communing with the naked man that offered us his shirt.
Wait a minute.
People, we came into communion with, we were commingling with, we were cooperating with the naked man that offered us his shirt. And people, a naked man does not have a shirt to offer. Because if he had a shirt, he would be wearing one, you see. Because if we're dealing with a pathologically narcissistic personality, people, these people are spiritually bankrupt.
Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money. Woo.
Insufficient funds. These people have nothing to give. And we accepted nothing. Hence, we became nothing. And this is how we lost our sense of self. We were pouring into a black hole. Pouring our love and kindness and compassion and time and money into a black hole, and everything evaporated. All of our love and kindness and compassion, people, evaporated right there at the third dimension, because pathological narcissists cannot receive love. I say it often here on the channel, people, you cannot love a demon and a demon cannot love you back. Demons do not want your love. Demons want supply. Demons want chi. They feed on chi. That is what they want down there in the underworld. They want your supply. The supply that you get from source, because you are source energy. They want your chi. Bottom feeders. energetic parasites. They don't want love. They don't have a heart to receive it. The heart chakra is in the 4th dimension. They do not have access to the 4th dimension because vampires cannot step into the light. I'll say it here again. Pathological narcissists are low vibrational beings. Every single day they wake up, they're in shame. They run from this shame. They get to dysfunctional pride. That dysfunctional pride is their egomania. It is their egotistical nature, people. Remember that Narcissus from Greek mythology was obsessed with the reflection in the pool, in the pond. He was obsessed with the false self, not the true self. He was obsessed with the false self. And it was this obsession that caused Narcissus to die. Because they will tell you that Narcissus either drowned in that pool or in the pond, or he withered away by the bank side. And this was a cautionary tale to warn of the dangers of vainness, of the dangers of vanity, of the dangers of self-obsession. And people know that the ego will be the death of a man. This is why ego, that dysfunctional pride, will also be the death of the pathological narcissist, because pride comes right before the fall. Pride comes right before destruction, and you're dealing with a prideful personality. So pride comes right before the fall. They fall right back down to shame, to go through another shame pride cycle. That is the pathology. That is the patterned dysfunctional behavior of narcissism. They are cycling around the bottom of the consciousness ladder, and they were cycling around the bottom of the consciousness ladder before you met them, while you met them, and right now after you have left that toxic entanglement, because that is the disorder. They are stuck in victim abuser consciousness. Know that you are dealing with people with psycho, spiritual, arrested development. They are spiritually bankrupt. And that bankruptcy at the spirit level also caused their soul to collapse. And it is this soul's collapse that clinicians call a personality disorder. So know that you are dealing with someone that is losing their minds. They have a reprobate mind. A reprobate mind is a mind that does not work. It is a mind that goes around in circles. So you are dealing with a functional lunatic. This is a type of functional lunacy because they cannot self-reflect, because they don't have a self. What they have is a false self. A false self cannot self-reflect. Since they cannot self-reflect, they do not grow. And this is why these relationships must go down like the Titanic. It must sink, because you are dealing with a sinking ship. Pathological narcissists have been drifting deeper and deeper and deeper into the sunken place, people, before you met them. They dissociated in their childhood years. And this is why we cannot grow with these individuals. And this is why we came out of this spiritual warfare. This is why we came out of this black hole. People with complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Because we were communing with disordered individuals. In a nutshell, people, that is what happened in the narcissistic entanglement. Know that if you love the videos here on our YouTube or TikTok channels, you're gonna love our Master Your Energy group coaching program. In the Master Your Energy group coaching program is where we go deeper than the content here. So know that we have 3 live sessions a week. That is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you'll get real-time coaching from me and practical tools to help you protect your peace, master your energy, and stop the cycle of draining relationships. This program is for you if you are ready to stop living your life on autopilot and you're ready to take control. This program is for you if you are tired of feeling stuck and you are ready to make real and lasting change. And this program is for you if you are seeking a proven system to help you grow emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So head on over to narcdojo.com/MYE for Master Your Energy, or click the link in the description section or scan the QR code on your screen. All right, good people. Thank you all for your continued support. So ensure that you're liking these videos. Ensure that you are subscribed for more empowering content. If you have any questions or feedback, go ahead and leave that down below in the comment section. As always, Sheikah is the name. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you in the next video.